Hey YouTube, it's Sean, Griffin RC Planes. If you want to win this jet, all you have to do is subscribe, click the notification bell, and the like button. Then check back with me from time to time and see my new videos. Once we get to 1,000, we're going to do a drawing. I had a drawing at 100 and only 30% signed up. With those odds, it could be a 1 in 300 chance. Subscribe. Check me out, guys. I hope everybody's having a good 4th of July weekend so far. Today's Saturday evening. I tried to go fly a little bit today, and after 4 successful battery packs at a complete empty park for the 4th weekend in a row, the weather was perfect. The wind was like 4 miles an hour. All of a sudden I look up and there's a thunderstorm coming out of the middle of nowhere. And then it got windy and rainy, and so anyways it rained on my parade. So we'll try it again tomorrow. But I figured we'd take a little break from the programming and the how-tos and the fixing stuff and talk about batteries for a minute. So figured I'd like to show you guys some more cool stuff. So let me zoom in here and show you some neat stuff. Hang tight. All right, well, first up for show and tell is this is a battery pack without the wrapper. That goes in my IX12 transmitter. It would go in the NX6 or the NX8 or the NX10. This is a 1S battery pack that's a 10,000 milliamp. So why I'm showing you this is 1, 2, 3. But this is still a 1S, one cell. So this is one cell, that's one cell, and that's one cell. And they're ran in parallel to use the same voltage out of each cell, but to get more capacity, more mAh. So keeping that in mind, 1S, 1S, and 1S just makes a bigger 1S battery. All right. This is a 6S, 6-cell, 4500 battery. There's 6 individual cells inside this battery pack, like there's 3 individual cells in this one. So there's 6 in here. But these cells are connected in series. So 1S, 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 making 6 cells run in series is how you get more voltage. Okay, the one cell is 4.2 volts fully charged, so you take 4.2 times 6, and that's how you get over the about 26 volts. So why am I showing you this big 6S battery pack? Because what if you're in a position where you want to use a 6S pack and you don't have room for this big heavy battery, or you're not necessarily sold if you're gonna always fly a plane that needs a 6S battery pack, but you happen to have a 4S battery pack and you happen to have a 2S battery pack. Okay, if the 4S pack and the 2S pack have the same C rating, which is the charge, the capacity in and out, 50C, 50C, and the milliamp is the same as one another, 3300 and 3300, then you can connect these in series and make your very own 6S pack. Like so. All right, so this, the 4S pack right here, the positive lead is going into this connector and coming straight out of this connector and is ready to plug in the speed control on your plane. which we'll use right there. And then coming out of the 2S pack, the positive wire is going into this plug, going into this battery, positive to negative. Coming out is the positive going to the plane. The 2S pack, the negative coming out goes to the plane. So that's how you can take a 4S and a 2S and have a 6S. And you can see here that it's reading 22.6. And just to show you, if we do this number right here, 15.1, I think it says. And we'll plug that into the 2S pack. .6. Okay, I did this because when I first started figuring out a power system in my SIG Extra, in the manual they recommended a motor, and they recommended a 4S battery with like a 80 amp speed control. That was just the power system that they had in the manual. Okay, but then I realized after a little bit of time that particular power system was underrated, underpowered. But I didn't have any 6S battery packs at the time, and I didn't necessarily know if I wanted to get them and use the 6S packs. So I had the 4S 3300s that I use in the Edgestra, in the Air Tractor, and the Edge 540. Just about everything I fly uses these. So I got on Amazon, I think, and I found this battery for less than 20 bucks, and I can take these two and make a 6S pack. And that was a way to let's see, the least expensive way of deciding if I want to use a 6S battery. And just to help you make sense of things, we all know AA batteries, right? And you put them in a flashlight or something, and sometimes they take 2 or 3 and they go like that. Well, what is that? One cell, and one cell, but it's positive going into negative, coming out is positive, going into the negative. So here you have the positive, and here you have the negative. So that's the same thing that's inside of these batteries. There's just 4 cells in this one, which would be like that. In the 6S pack, there's 6 cells in there, so it's the same as that. The AA batteries are 1.5 volt, fully charged. So this will be 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5, 9 volts. So 6 batteries makes 9 volts going that way. That's series. Running them parallel would be like this, using the positive off of all of these and the negative off of all of these, and coming out to say to a connector. It would still be 1.5 volts, but it'd be a bigger 1.5 volts. The same series or same idea as this pack right here. Also, instead of running 2 batteries in a series, you can run them in parallel like we just talked right here. And this is a connector I made to run 2 3S packs in parallel, just to give you some more milliamps. So that's just kind of some other ideas to help everybody out, and how you can get a 6S battery pack out of using a 4S and a 2S. Or you can take 2 4S's and make an 8S, or 2 6S's and make a 12S. 2 2S's and make a 4, or you could take a 3S and a 2S, and now you have a 5S. There's lots of brushless motors out there that on the the instructions, it'll clearly say 5S capable. But as soon as you start looking for a 5S battery for sale, they're really expensive because they're not very common. So take a 3S and a 2S, and as long as the charge rating, the C rating, and the milliamps are the same, then you can put them together. So right here is 50C 3300 and 50C 3300. Look at the size difference. A 2S and a 4S with the exact same charge rate and the exact same milliamps. And such a big difference in size. I tell you what, I'll weigh these just for the fun of it. Alright, got the scale out. I'll use this for weighing batteries. And I think that's ounce. That might be flow ounces or something. Let's see what it is. I don't have my glasses on here. There we go. That's grams. So 341 grams for the 4S 3300, and the 2S 3300 is 168. So what were we again here? 345. Half of 345 is 150, 170, 177, 178, something like that. Pretty dang close, isn't it? Pretty dang close. Then let's put the 6S 4500 on here. Yeah, that's a couple pounds. Definitely a couple poundolas. You know, I briefly mentioned, this is a good idea if you're working with a center of gravity issue. So, let's say your plane has a battery tray, and a 6S battery is just making the front way too heavy, and you're trying to decide if you're going to get a smaller 6S battery or add weight to the back of the plane or something. Well, using a 4S and a 2S pack, now you can stagger them, to help out with your center of gravity. So there's a couple more options of doing this. Depending on how much room you got, and you could really spread out your weight. And even just stacking them like that makes a huge difference compared to that configuration. Just an inch or so might be what you need to help out that certain CG issue. One more time, I'll plug this up into our 2S and the 4S. Makes a 6S battery, like so, and then like so. So we have the positive coming out of the 2S, and it is hitting the negative on the 4S and going into the 4S. So the positive from the 2 goes into the negative of the 4. Out of the 4 is the positive. Out of the 2 is the negative. And I'll plug it up to a different and here we have 23.2, just like that. Take the 6S pack right here. 24.1. Well, maybe that helped a few of you out, or maybe it entertained a couple of you. Guys in the RC car hobby do this all the time. Guys that fly big planes do this all the time. Guys in the, I guess you can call it the class that we're in, this might be helpful to you. Maybe you didn't know until today, and it just opens up another doorway to some options. Just like I said, maybe you want to go from the 4S to the 6S, the next staircase or next level up from the hobby, but you're not quite sure. Well, a $20 2S battery And a soldering iron, make you a connector, can kind of help you make that decision, or it can do some things with a CG. It can do a lot. Just opens up another little doorway to the hobby. So running the batteries in series is taking, you know, the 2S and the 4S to make a 6S, a 6 cell. Okay guys, hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss my next video. And until next time, you'll see me here. Thank you guys. Yep, there it is right there. Got it.